Hello, this is John. We're about to embark on a pretty large garage sale here in Baldwin, Missouri. The details will be found at BallwinGarageSale.com, which may point to a Craigslist posting or some other site. But nonetheless, BallwinGarageSale.com is where you'll see details of this garage sale that will open in about 2 weeks. We're still working through pricing, but this is just a preview of what is available. So let's go ahead and start out here. We have a pitching thing you throw at. We have a couple of bikes over here. We have a pretty nice bike here that more details will come on this one. We have a very nice stroller that we use pretty heavily. A running stroller, a nice portable stroller, a behind the bike carriage, a handful of bar stools, a couple that match, a rocking chair for the baby's room. Matter of fact, you'll find that we do have quite a few baby items, clothes, furniture, and so on. We also have this angel that plugs in and lights up and slightly moves around. We have this scarecrow, which is pretty cool. Over here on the left-hand side, we'll have quite a few men's clothing, so we can easily kind of flip through those items, and we'll look at some of those items in more detail later. We also have a handful of pants and slacks and shorts. Kind of walking on down here. Some nice suits that I actually just dry cleaned. And some of these items will be in the camera shot that are not for sale, such as all these baskets of balls. So I will try to point out some of the items that are not for sale, but for the most part, what you're seeing, about 90% is for sale. We have a pretty cool poster here. The only thing probably is that at the very bottom is the frame is a little bit dinged. If your kids are into sports, especially hockey, we have quite a few skates to choose from. Moving on down the line here, we have quite a few housewares, glasses, dishware that we're going to be pricing as sets and some individual. So over here we have some vases, a lot of picture frames, some which might get pulled out once my wife sees some of these things that are in the sale. Walking on down the line here, a little bit more of the same, what you saw on the other side. And then again, a little bit more detail, close-up shot. Again, more details are going to come in some other future videos, but just a little bit of a closer look. Over on this side of the aisle, we have some holiday items, some more adult women's clothing, as well as this two-drawer dresser and this kind of beat-up nightstand. Some other housewares, coffee machines, dishware, more coffee machines. We have this crib, which actually we used. It's pretty good condition. However, we're having trouble finding the hardware, so we might have a good deal for that one. Pretty nice table here. Cannot find the leaf for it right now, but nonetheless, it's a pretty well finished table. This outdoor, I believe outdoor, bench. Actually, might be more indoor. Going down the aisle here, more of the baby stuff coming. For breastfeeding, we have, looks like some of those bottles. Hopefully not used, not sure. Just a handful of items here. Quite a few clothes to choose from. We tried to group as much as possible by size. Going down here, we have some books that are more so baby-oriented when it comes to, well, as you can see in some of the titles. And shoes, just a handful of items here. Over here on the back, we have more like boys' clothes hanging here. We still have a little bit of work to do on hanging and such. Even over here on that rack. Let's go down this other aisle. You'll see more clothes that we have currently just kind of laid out. Just going down here. We have this, I guess it's a bassinet. This thing is very cool. You plug in, it slowly rocks. It was a lifesaver on many nights. We also have this rocking carriage and a very functional and most often used changing table. Let's go down here, which is more the toy aisle and books as well. Up here we have some, I guess you'd say, some general entertainment adult books. Not adult, but like cookbooks and so on. And just general entertainment. Down here we have more of the kids' books. And we do have quite a few more books that you'll see later on in this video. Just a few of the toys we have here. We have all these empty VCR cases that can be used, actually given to you, if you buy a handful of videos. So we have 2 shelves worth. If you still have your VCR fired up, you can probably make use of a lot of these videos that we plan to sell at a pretty cheap price. Oh, we got some office stuff. I know that's going to be in the sale up above here right now. Now we're going to get into more of the toys. You'll notice that down the aisle we have pretty big aisle of toys. We'll be possibly selling these by the bins, or we might be grouping them together within some plastic bags. Got a handful of Star Wars stuff grouped together. And yeah, there's more to get organized in this area. So since our garage was pretty much full to the max, we also had to then make room in our basement. Kind of walk on through there. So I will need to point out some things that are not for sale, such as the treadmill that you see. But we do have a handful of music equipment. That TV in the back is not for sale, nor is the drum set that you can barely see over in the corner. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough through here. Most of what you'll find in this area is going to be electronics, software, some other books that are more like business related or software related. So quick pan through here. This is a pretty elaborate antenna system for cell phones if you don't get good coverage. Now let's go and fly through here. Some old MP3 players, cameras, a nice video camera that we never use, and a handful of other items, cash drawers, headphones, and then over here on the right hand side we have more software and some Skype related devices. Up above here we have some mostly software DVDs or CDs to install, a lot of kids games, and you'll notice more and more computer equipment, older computer equipment being available as well. Let's go and swing around over here. That chair is for sale. We have 5 older monitors, 17-inch, that are going to go at a very reasonable price. We go up above here, we have some older computer equipment. Some of the items on the shelf here is a older recording board that you can plug into your computer with Cube-based software for recording. We also have this old turntable and it's like a 5-disc DVD changer. And over here we have 2 other DVD players, a handful of wireless keyboards, as well as 2 USB graphic tablets with a drawing pen, which are pretty cool. Handful of laptop bags, and as you can see, more items to get organized. We have this speaker system along with the amplifier to be included with it. We had the V-drums, or Roland V-drums electronic drums, which I remember I bought these originally for about $2,500. They're in okay condition. The brain, the head, I guess you'd say, it works well, sometimes goes out, but I'd say this is on probably poor to fair condition. The drum heads are still pretty sensitive, but probably definitely not as sensitive as they used to be. The cymbals themselves may be sold separate, and the quality of them is just fair as well. The sensitivity when you hit these electronic cymbals, even though they look real, is probably not as good as some of the cymbals you'd find today. And then we have this acoustic drum set, your typical drum set, which some of these will be priced individually. So we'll have the drums themselves, probably separate from the stands as well as the cymbals here. This hi-hat is a little different. It's cable driven, so it's a fairly pricey piece of equipment, but it allows you to move that hi-hat foot pedal anywhere you want. Round over here, we got a double pedal. And then we have some kids stuff. We have a kids drum set, and as well as some, looks like some old, what do you call it? Guitar Hero drums. And wrapping things up, we have quite a few computer-related books, more so computer programming. I have to admit, most of these are outdated, but then some of these definitely still apply today, whether you're first learning some basics about web development or just programming in general. So I'm just going to kind of briefly glance through what we have here. We have some more theory-oriented, so that not so much books that are out of date that are actually still popular. But I'd say of the books that you're looking at, I'd say about 90% of these books are going to be at a very, very reasonable price. Let's just say that. And over on this other bookshelf, we have more books, actually more geared towards business. We got tapes up here across the top. Some of these are more about travel, but then a lot more business-oriented books, which usually go at a little bit higher dollar. If you look at eBay, whatnot. And here we have some more random books about business, accounting, starting a business. Then over here we have some of the Rich Dad books. And down here below we have more of the audio programs that sold at the time for quite a bit, but they still should be at a reasonable price for the sale. And some old college books. When you do come visit, we do have a bathroom just in case. Again, these drums are not for sale, in case you saw them in the background. And we also have a handful of items that we're still organizing here. And that is it. Look for more videos to come. And I'm just going to gradually walk on out for one last through. And there we go. Thank you for your time. Watch or look for the details to be at BallwinGarageSale.com.